All right, there we go. All right, so met with this young professional group, and the gentleman who kind of came up with this idea, he's a franchisor. He has a very, very good sized business in the janitorial business, and a lot of similarities between, I think, between a franchise business, a franchisor, and kind of what we do with building our business. So as he kind of went over the critical path, I said, "Man, this is good," and it's great because I don't know if you're like me, knowing where we're wanting to go and kind of figuring out how to get there. That reverse engineering of it is something that I've done for a long time. I can remember growing up as a kid. I'd say like a remote control car would break down. I would take it apart and figure out how to put it back together. So in a sense, reverse engineering how to build those little RC cars. And our goals are pretty similar. We have an idea of where we're going. When I looked at that car and then it's broken, I'm like, oh man, how in the world am I going to get this back to where it was? Well, little by little, you take it apart, you kind of remember what's going on, and then slowly you put it back together, and now you have a car again. So these goals, what we're going to do is get it set up to where we have our end goal in mind, and it's not going to just be one. We're going to have a few that we're going to talk about, and then where we're at right now, and then the steps how to get there. And this thing should look very, very jumbled and bumbled and kind of like doesn't look like it's going to make much sense to anybody else that looks at it. But when we look at it, we're going to have an idea of exactly what we're doing because.
Dude, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to everyone. Okay.
Should be Larry or?
Yeah, Larry, Jessica, Tara, Donna, Sarah, Kathleen, Casey. Everybody's here.
Okay. But they're not talking.
Yeah, because Daddy's talking right now. So we're going to have all sorts of these steps that get us to that end goal. And I know on the picture, I kind of put where we're at now, where we want to be, and then the four lines here can kind of be a little deceiving. And I put first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth, or first year, to a 5-year goal. And talking over with the gentleman today, and he said, it's not really, you don't want to put a kind of a time frame, when we say, oh, I want my business to be diamond, I want to be diamond by December. Well, the old adage of, you give yourself 12 months, it's going to take you 12 months to get there. If we say, I want to be diamond by, the end of January, well, there's a little bit of sense of urgency. And now I know the steps because, we're going to write them down, and then we're going to have some actionable steps to take away with it. So if you're here, all right, so looking at it over here on underneath the DFT is kind of the where we're at now, all right. Now over here on the right side of the paper is where we're going to start our focus. Okay, here is where we want to kind of put down where we're going. All right, these are going to be our goals, whether it's our health and fitness, our business goals. We can put some other personal goals over there. You have four areas here, but obviously you can print off as many of these as you want and do them. But the fourth or the fifth column there is where we're going to start, because what it does is it goes as it relates to number one. So that fifth column will say this here is our number one step. Here is our number two step, and then everything in between here is our number three. All right. So as it relates to our number one, our end goal, where am I at right now for our number 2 right here? All right, so if my end goal, let's go ahead and just say I want to be a 5-star elite coach. All right, and 5-star elite coach. Obviously we need to be, if we're not there right now, we need to be there by December 31st. Obviously, we're going to have to find out the qualification period for elite, to where we can put down an end date, but where I want to be, 5-star elite, where I am now, all right, we can put coach, we can put emerald coach, we can put whatever it is where we're at now. All right, so this is the attainable goal. This is where I'm at right now. This is kind of gives us where we're at. So if I want to make $1,000 a week in my business, and right here I'm making $250, or if I want to make $250 a week in my business, and I'm over here at $10 to $15, we're able to then now start filling in the steps as we go along. So these goals, all right, are going to be, we can have a 1-year goal, all right, we can have a 6-month goal, whatever it may be. That's the end frame. Here's where I'm at now. All right, so we can put a time frame on it if we're wanting to, or if it's I want to be debt free, that necessarily doesn't have to have an end frame on it. And where we're at now, I want to be debt free. Well, right now I'm at $25,000 of credit card and school loan debt. Okay, where I want to be, debt free, 0. All right, now what are those action steps along the way? All right, so something that I wrote down. One thing that I'm wanting to do this year is pursue the corporate wellness side of seeing how we can integrate Beachbody into the corporate wellness platform. All right, so my end goal is having 50 corporate clients. All right, where I'm at right now, is 0. So I'm wanting to get my corporate wellness program, the Wellness Advocates, into the mainstream. So where I'm at now, 0. Where I want to get 50 corporate clients. All right. So now, what are those steps that I'm going to use to fill in along the way? All right. Creating a corporate wellness plan, creating a business plan to present to different business owners as far as how to work with their employees and help them, with their insurance premiums, help them with, just overall health in general. And then one of the steps is obviously sign that first corporate business. The next step, is staffing, the wellness advocates with other wellness coaches that are able to kind of come along and team in. But those are steps that I'm taking, and as we go, we can check it off, we can cross it out, as we hit those goals, or highlight. One thing we can highlight, because that's very, very visual, and we're able to see, all right, I hit one of the goals. I found that first corporate client that I'm going to work with. Cross that, super highlight that. So now I see, okay, all right, awesome. Now I can start focusing on that next step and that next step. And this whole page could be for one goal as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be, one goal at the top and here's the 4 steps, because obviously we know that it isn't just step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and now I'm an elite coach, right? So some of the things, I'll kind of open it up. Does anybody that's on the call right now, are there any of you that are wanting to be an elite coach by the end of this year? Kathleen's nodding her head. I see a few. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and we'll just say, okay, over here, the far right column, we're going to say, all right, 5-star elite coach. So we're gonna put that over there. All right. So as it relates to step number 1, okay, we defined our goal. As it relates to step number 1, where am I at now? So go ahead, fill in over here, column number 2, where you're at right now. Are you a diamond? Are you a star diamond? Are you an emerald? Where are you at now? And if you're an emerald, how many coaches do you have? You might have one side of your business, where you're stacking up over here. If you're a ruby, a diamond, how big is your organization right now? You can really get the details in here as well, so that you know what it takes to get over to here. All right. So we got those written down now. All right. So now we'll open it up. What are some steps that we need to take to become an elite coach? What would you say? What would you say is a good starting point to throw in, say, the first circle here? And this circle, you can break this circle down to 5 different little layers on it. Where we can say, all right, I'm going to increase here's a good one. I'm going to increase my invites, by 10 each day. I'm going to invite 30 people instead of just the 3. Whatever it may be. I'm going to start a monthly coaching sneak peek. I'm going to really get a good system for my challenge groups. I'm going to have a first Monday every month, and I'm going to have the last week of every month, the kind of the lead into the challenge groups. So that first step, we can kind of break down what those steps are, and there, we can cross that out as we're hitting it. The next step, what would be another great step to getting to an elite coach that would be good to throw in one of those circles there?
Making Success Club every month, of course, right?
Success Club, perfect. Yep. And so elite now, we're taking it to the next level now. As an elite coach, we're obviously we're continuing to grow and build our business, but our focus then also turns to the leaders on our team. So we're hitting Success Club, and now we're picking, we're searching for those 4 or 5 coaches that are going to come alongside us, and they say, "Yep, I'm hitting elite I'm hitting Success Club every month to help us get to that elite team." All right, so Success Club's great. What's another good step towards elite?
Getting elite points.
Points. Yep.
I mean, the steps to get elite points are what? To have obviously you make Success Club and your coaches make Success Club themselves, right?
Yep.
Isn't that what qualifies you for elite?
Yep. Tracking don't necessarily have to track your ATV, so your volume, obviously it rolls into elite as well, because we need a certain number of points from our volume. But we can put that on. So ATV, I want to see, I want to see an increase in my team volume. Say where you're at right now, right? If your volume is, say 20,000 total team volume, by the time I get over here, we want to see, we need at least 10,000 more, right? So I want to see at least 30,000, team volume over here. So those are some things as well. So elite points, so those steps, as I get those 5 coaches that hit Success Club, obviously we're going to want more, because that's going to build up more points. But I have my 5 diamonds, all right, or I have my diamond here. I want to build a diamond by the end of the first quarter. That could be a step on here. I want to build a diamond by 2 diamonds by summit, and then, wherever we might be along the way, those are the steps that we're filling into the circles.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a kind of a path to elite. Obviously there's a few more steps in there where, am I getting my personal development in so that I'm sharing good content, increase Facebook engagement, that can be on there. If we're running a like page, get my number of likes to 500, get them to 1,000, get them to 5,000, 10,000. Those are all steps that we can get so that we can highlight as we're going along. And elite might not be in your radar, but making $1,000 a week could be like right up your alley. So it's like, all right, what are some things to do? All right, we need to know how much team volume I need on each leg to get there. Well, those are very, that's concrete. A certain number of PV on my strong leg and a certain number of PV on my weak leg is going to give me $1,000. It's going to give me $1,000 team bonus a week, as long as you have the diamonds, etc. So those are things that we can throw in for steps as well. Anybody have like some financial goals that you may have for this year? Great time to talk about them because we're at the beginning, the beginning of the new year. So we can say, all right, I have a financial goal of an extra $100 a week so that I can take that $100 and put it towards paying off debt or put it towards paying my power bill or groceries, whatever it may be. So those are great. Those are great goals to put on the chart as well. So any financial goals out there?
I do. I'd like to, my big goal would be to hit 70,000 a year, but I really have to hit 50,000 a year this year. I mean, I'm going to, I know I am.
Awesome.
So, but it really does come down to breaking it down because my volume was growing rapidly. My whole team volume was for a while. And then, fourth quarter, you crashed, but I crashed too. So I'm back at it now.
Yeah. It's, and that's, knowing kind of the ebbs and flows of the business is, it helps with setting our goals as well. So, all right, now if I know I want to get to that $50,000, for the year. All right, what does that break down to weekly? What does that break down to, each month? So we know we have that concrete, that those things aren't going to change. And what do those numbers kind of correlate to the team volume, like you said? So I know, I need to have X amount of volume to make that happen. And then from there, it's like, all right, okay, we can do that. I'm gonna continue to help my 3 to 5 people every month, and then I'm going to continue to help and develop some business builders in my organization, so that's going to help you build it as well. So and then knowing that things kind of right now they're here, so we really jump on that momentum of where the business is, and we say, all right, by summit or by the third quarter, I want to have X amount of new coaches that have come into my organization. I want to have X amount of new business builders and X amount of emeralds, diamonds, team builders, etc.
Hey Tony, would you know how many personally sponsored coaches like for instance Lindsay brings on a year, or or any of the 15-star diamonds in general? I mean, like, what do they?
Well, like we're kind of a little different. We're more of the the bringing on quality, not the quantity.
Yeah.
It's
but I think that's also a better way to go at it
very well. So Lindsay brings in between, I'd say, 2 to 5 coaches a month. So and there's, like the top 10, they're bringing in 20, so it's, so that's
Yeah.
kind of, it all depends on where your goals are. If your goal is top 10, if number one over here on the far right is top 10, well, that along here that you're going to have, recruit 25 new coaches a week, or 25 new coaches a month, is where you're going to have to, be. But if you're, you can take the quality, not quantity kind of mindset. I think adding one new coach a month is paramount. And if you go one new coach a month and you're able to invest in helping them kind of get into the business and really see what's possible, obviously you're going to be bringing on some discount coaches as well. But if you have that one coach where you're like, all right, yep, we're going to work. Here's some of the things that we're doing. Here's where you want to get plugged into, and then answer questions along the way, and you do that. That's 12 business builders that you could have, in a year.
Mm-hmm.
You do that and you teach them, each one of them are bringing on 12 people. You can see how your organization can grow, and what happens is eventually you get to that exponential growth, and when that happens, then it's awesome. You have quality people down throughout your organization, and they're showing up each day. Everybody here, you're drinking your Shakeology, you're working out, you're doing it for you because you want to be healthy and you want to be a good example for your family, for your neighbors, your community, whatever, wherever you're at, you're doing the things daily. And when you can have a group of people doing those daily actions, that ripple effect, like everybody says, is, it's pretty powerful. It goes out a long ways. So, to answer the question, whether it be one a month or, 10 a month, it's up to you. If you got a long ways to go to get those numbers, I would say, shoot for 3 to 5, of that are wanting to really build a business, and then, get your Success Club 10 with both, discount coaches and then business building coaches as well. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, no, it does.
All right, cool. All right, so who kind of who got these in the mail, and just from the picture, did you start writing some things into, say, all right, I had my resolutions, I had some goals that I had in mind that I want to work through. Does anybody want to maybe work through as a group their one of their goals on there? Kathleen volunteered one, and Larry's volunteered one. Anybody else got? And it can be. I want to be an Emerald coach. If that's where we're at right now. This is the group to say, hey, here's where I want to be. Obviously, I want to get there very quick. Here's where I am right now. What are those steps?
I can give you another one if you want.
All right, bring it on, brother.
All right, dude. I think it's a realistic goal for myself, but I want to get at least 10 real business builders in my business.
Okay.
And that's a year goal. I think that's definitely attainable.
Mm-hmm.
So the steps to get there, because with each column you have these circles, right? Are these quarterly goals? Is that what
that's the picture that I shared kind of put it there, and it can be, if we want 10 by the end of the year, there's 4 quarters, so we're adding like 2.5 people, a quarter.
Right.
I won't try to go out and find a half person to fit into your business.
I'll take 12. That's fine.
Two and a quarter. I guess it would be 2 and 2 and a
Let's go with
4.
12. We'll go with a dozen.
All
We'll change
right,
it
all
to a
right,
dozen.
perfect. I like that. I like that.
I'll change
All
it.
right. So 3 people a quarter, that's 1 a month. All right. So they're, so all right. One of those, it's not really quarterly, it's steps. So in one of them, you'd say, I want to add, 1 business building coach a month, at least 1.
Right.
You don't want to limit yourself. Right now, the opportunity is much greater because people know that everybody's looking to work out right now. People are looking, for new opportunities because they want to make more money and bring more money in for their family this year. It's on the front of everybody's thoughts right now. So right now, bringing in more business builders is possible because everybody's thoughts, all those vibrations are, it's pretty similar. So you can probably say, the first quarter, I want to bring on 6 of those, and it would be good because you're going to be able to bring them in, and they're going to see, more people coming in, more people signing up, more people wanting to sign up, more people wanting help right now because, they started out at the gym and that they fell off there, and now they're wanting to finally give this home workout thing a chance. There's all sorts of people that can come into the business, so that gives early success, which is pretty empowering. So you can say, I want to have 12 business building coaches this year, but I want a third of them, I want 4 of them to be in the first quarter. All right, so that could be a step, but on those steps, that first one can be, you can break it into 12 little slots: January, February, March, April, May, June, all the way down and you plug your 1 coach in at least each month, and then there's your 12, and that's your step. The next one is, all right, now I have the coaches, the business builders. How am I going to help them out? How am I going to plug them in? What am I going to, what system am I going to show them to tap into so that they're not going to feel lost and like, hey, what am I doing here? What, where I go? You're a self-starter. You're going to find things. You're going to do all that. Obviously you're hoping to find folks like you. That's why I loved you. Like, you came in and you found that stuff. But if the person that needs that system to plug into, do I have that in place? So a step could be, have a new coach training, whether we're teaming up with another coach or I'm running on my own. You have that 7-day new coach training. You have the content, and you have it for the year, and then you can do that each month, the first week of each month or whatever, whatever you see works best for your schedule. So,
and that's another one of my goals in here. That's why I just changed it, actually. And I put it on the top of my list to get all my coaches to Emerald. I mean, that's and help them basically build themselves.
Oh, yeah.
So, and that's what I'm pretty bad at it, because I am more or less a lone wolf style guy, right? So
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it done. And that's that's good. But then and myself included, when you're wanting to expand and really grow, you have to put in that due diligence to give kind of that, here's the steps you got to take. We're slashing away just figuring things out.
Right.
Some people are like, oh, did he go in right here? Or did he go in over here? And over here is kind of like, oh, there's too much. There's trees, there's brush, there's everything. I'm turning around. I can't do this.
Yes.
And we're just still hacking away. We're like thinking that people are behind us, but we turn around and look, and it's just we're out for a walk.
Where everyone go?
We're out for a walk with a machete. So that could be another step. So that'll break down. And then. Let me think here. What's some other, and there, show them, that personal development is, Give them, say, your
We'll
you know
get
your
our
top
stuff
3
in there.
personal development books for for yourself, for business, and then
Okay, 'cause
you know,
I'll
that's a
put that on.
checklist. All right, they know these books, they've got these
Down.
books. All right, cool. That's a check. All right, so then you know that those are the steps that you need to take to get each one started, and then it's just a matter of following up. Right? Hey, did you read that book? What'd you think of the book? Did you get anything from it? And did you jump into that training? What do you think of the trainings, the stuff that you think you can do? Then everything else is just follow up. So checking in with your coaches and doing all that. So those are steps that you can put in. Weekly, monthly, whatever it may be.
A system.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Basically, getting a game plan.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And and the 10 coaches, you could be talking to them now. They could be new people. So how am I expanding my reach to find new people, to find that one of 10 people? Am I building a like page? I've wanted to build a like page. Am I building a like page and learning Facebook marketing? If that's up your alley, then that can be a step. Is Instagram, all right, I'm doing well on Instagram and sharing there. Now I want to, expand and do more, so those are steps, and we can, if we're talking to 200 people on our friends list for Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat, wherever we're at, if there's only so many eyes on us, well, all those eyes, they know what we're going to be saying. And if 10 people haven't come out of the 200, well, what do? Well, we keep adding, we keep adding there. We keep adding, in any way that we know how to bring people in, meet new people out and about, whatever it may be. Like, a goal for me is, I want to, get 3 business cards a day. That's, I used to go out and it was like, I want to get 3 new business cards to where, at least I can start a conversation after the initial meeting with somebody. So that's a great way to meet new people, and you're expanding your network. And one of your 10 people, might show up wearing a Beachbody shirt to a baseball dugout. All right, so that help a little?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we'll break it down more. We'll go into it into a little bit more depth as well. All right, who else has one? We'll do one more, and then we'll kind of finish up, and then let y'all go. Jen.
Hey.
Hey.
I mean, I feel like this is kind of basic, but I really want to get back to diamond and not lose diamond rank again.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost diamond rank twice, and so I'm at emerald right now, and I just seem to have such a hard time keeping emeralds, and maybe that's normal. Like, maybe you guys are all like, yeah, me too, we do. I don't know, but I feel a little bit alone in that. I seem to be able to like get them to emerald rank, and then they fall.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I'm not really sure what I need to do. Maybe some tips on what I need to do to like keep them
Mm-hmm.
at emerald and beyond. I mean, obviously I want them to reach diamond for themselves as well, but it's just not happening. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So what's your end goal? So the big goal, say step number 1 here, far over on the right. What's it? It's bigger than diamond, right? Your goal is bigger than diamond?
Right.
Okay. So what, what is that in your head right now? Realistically, we can go big too, but realistically, where is
I
it going to
think
be?
realistically by the end of the year, I would say 2-star.
Okay. I like that. 2-star is very, very attainable in a year, for a business, no matter where we're at. So, it's where we're at now. All right. Now you said you're at Emerald, you know how many coaches that you have in your organization. All right. Right. So you have your step 2, you know where you're at. So put those down. All right. I'm Emerald. Here's all my coaches. And you can even put a dot next to the coaches who have a coach or 2 in their organization. So you have an idea of what you're working with. The more, if you're a visual person, the more visual you can make it here. You do that, whatever you have to do. But there's power in writing it down, right? Okay. Now the steps. All right. So, getting them to Emerald. All right. Are you running? Are you running like an Emerald group? Have you gone in and checked out the info and file about what an Emerald group looks like? So those are things where you can say, all right, I'm going to host my first Emerald group in my team page and get all my coaches that are wanting to get into that group, and I'm going to run that for 3-7 days, whatever it may be. And that goal is to have obviously everybody in their Emerald, but you want to have a couple people turn Emerald from that group. All right, so you can say a step is host an Emerald group. All right, now biggest thing I think is we're looking at 2-star, right? We're wanting to get to 2-star, so it's helping grow and develop diamond businesses, and we're we don't make people diamond. They kind of it's kind of that discovery process. It's like it's like we're out just kind of looking for those lumps of coal, and then they say, hey, I want to try something new. That's pressure. I want to do different things. That's pressure. Are they crumbling under the pressure, or are they working through it? That's up to them. That's not up to us, right? We show them we show them that it's possible. Okay, so you're showing them each day what you are doing, talking in your team group, whether or not you're getting feedback from everybody. There was months and months of just talking to, felt like ourselves, and I know a lot of people can attest to that, that, hey, my team group, I'm talking in there every day. I'm sharing different ideas. I'm looking for those who are wanting to go, but I'm getting nothing. What am I doing wrong? Well, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just those folks that you're plugging in there, they're not holding up to the pressure. All right. So, you can do all sorts of things. You can help them with, their personal development, help them kind of figure out how to work through things if that's what's needed, or you find those who are ready to do it. So, all right. Want to have more Emeralds? Well, you might need to have a few more coaches. If I have 6, say you have your 6 or 8 coaches, and you're 1 Emerald. All right. Well, just having the bare minimum to maintain diamond it's tough, because what we're doing is just popping balloons back up. All of a sudden, over here, this, they're, they need 15 more PV to stay active, and it's gone. It's like,
I don't want to do that anymore. I feel like what I've been doing, and then it just gets overwhelming to me, and I'm like, forget it, I'm out.
Right.
Like, this is not fun at all.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I feel like I'm doing. Let me say goodnight to him real quick.
All right, no problem.
Well, you can do 4.
Night, dude.
Say goodnight.
Good night, people.
Good night, bud. So there's, you can be spinning wheels, to help people kind of maintain where they're at. And that's a lot of energy when it might not be where they're wanting to be. Where you want to put your focus is working with those who, are, like when you say, all right, how's everybody's doing this week with, sharing your, your workout pictures, your Shakeology pictures. And, you have that one person that says, yeah, it's like, I've got a few friends that are asking me what the heck I'm doing. Well, that person is putting in some work. So you're going to want to team up with them and be like, hey, you're doing some things, and there's some people that are noticing. Are you talking with them and seeing what are if they're interested in working out with you or doing some different things. Then you can start kind of interacting with someone who's kind of going in the same direction as you are. So you're able to say, all right, I want to determine who, we'll say are your first emeralds, the first people that are wanting to get back to emerald are going to be, all right. And then, more importantly, who are the two people that want to turn diamond by the end of the year, and that you're going to kind of invest a little bit more focus into. Obviously that focus is going to be, only given when they're taking those steps to get to, if you say, all right, how was your, your invite to that person that you were telling me about? Well, I never reached out to him. Well, your time and effort might not be a wise investment there. So, as a leader, that's where you're kind of, all right, I'm working with everybody, but I'm really, really working with the people that are going and doing the things that, that they say that they're doing.
Do you recommend then doing like weekly one-on-one calls with, your kind of top coaches that are really interested in building or, just seem to be active? Is that what you do?
If your time allows so, then I say yes, and that's something that I'm working on implementing, and Larry can attest that, like, there's times when, it does happen every week. And then there's times when a few weeks, maybe a little bit longer goes by, but, I think the calls are very good, because then you're not just, it's more developing that relationship, then you're building that trust, and you're building, the fact that, hey, Jen's going to be there, when I need, like, oh, someone's ready to order, but I don't know how to, I don't know what link to, they know that you're going to be there, so that kind of, that can help with, phone calls, that can help with face-to-face, all that's good.
Okay.
So yeah, one of those steps can be, weekly phone calls with my top leaders.
So when you say one of those steps, do you mean one of these circles?
Yep. So those circles there, again, we're going from here to here. Now, it can be a time frame, but like I said, if we do time frame, that can, I want to be 2-star by the end of the year. Well, what if all of a sudden you're like, hey man, I can be a 2-star by, I can be a 2-star by summit. So knowing that this is the goal you want to get to, knowing these steps, now you can focus on what these steps are. You put all your focus and attention into here. All right. And now I'm taking my highlighter and I'm like, all right, I've got my my first emerald. Okay. And they're talking to more people and they're growing. So I know this emerald, they have 3 or 4 people on their strong leg, and they have 3 over on the weak leg. So now I know, that I'm getting closer, so, and then you can highlight off. This can be, it doesn't have to be, neat, precise, to the point. It can be, I'm going from here over to here, and I may need to use 2 rows of, of steps to get there.
Okay.
But I know that if I do these steps, it's going to get me over here.
Okay. Okay. So I see that there's 4 rows
Yep.
going across. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that we set 4 goals.
No. Well, so this here, this is where, the goal is here. All right. The up and down, these are our steps. So they're not, it's not this isn't a goal, this isn't a goal, and then this is what we're doing. Again, here's over here on the right side of the paper. This is where I want to get. All right. And we determine where I want to get first. All right. So now I know my goal is 2-star diamond, right? Okay. So we're over here. Over here, step 2 is, right now I am an Emerald coach and I have X amount of coaches. All right. Now the steps are, develop my first Emerald. And then, another step would be develop, my first diamond, and then, well, what are the things? All right. So those are the first 2. Well, what do I need to be doing to develop them? Do I have coach training set up? Do I have, a place to point them to get into the coach trainings? All right. So that could be a step, but then this step needs to happen, so things can move around. They're just steps that we're looking at and saying, all right, here's, if I'm doing this, I know it's going to get me closer to this from here.
Okay.
Right? If I'm doing this, it's going to get me that much more closer. If I'm doing all this and I'm doing real well with it, it's going to, all of a sudden this is where I'm at. Okay. So it's knowing, all right, Success Club. Success Club is one of those steps, right? Posting a workout picture and talking about Shakeology or Beachbody, that's a step, and those are daily things, right? So those are steps that it takes to go from Emerald to that 2-star business. All right. So when we hear, the daily 4, the 4 vital behaviors, those are in our steps, but how do they look for me? Is recognizing new coaches, how am I doing that? Making sure I take time, Wednesday night to make sure, that, Coach A over here isn't going to lose Emerald because, they have, someone that's 5 PV short of keeping their active status. So those are things that, I'm checking my business Mondays. I'm checking my business on Wednesdays. Those are steps that are going to, help kind of create your system, help kind of get you that much closer to the goal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's kind of like what we do when we build a house. It's like this, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go backwards. Where's the goal? This is the end goal?
Yep. There you go.
Okay. Critical path. You got to clear the lot. Well, you're going to build a house. You're going to build this house. So you got to clear the lot, pour the foundation, build the walls, do the electrical plumbing, get the drywall done, get the roof on, blah, 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 final paint. So this is your critical path to get to here. These are your steps. So each time, hey, I got my foundation done. Okay, great. What's my next step? What's my next step? What's my next step? Oh, I didn't get to that step. Okay, what can I do better to get to that step that's going to get me to the end step, finished product. That's what we're trying to do in each one of these goals, right?
Yep.
But back to what you were saying, Jennifer, too, is this business is a very interesting business, and we're all entrepreneurs here, and it's like any other business because there's going to be pitfalls, and there's going to be ups, and there's going to be downs. And the one thing that you can't control is a person's desire. You can only give them the tools. So if you're giving them the tools and they don't see it, then you can't beat yourself up. So you have to focus your energy on the ones who will. because you only have, you have family, you got everything else going on. So you have X amount of hours during the day. So it's what's important. And then you can't get depressed. Like I can't get depressed if a coach goes inactive and then cancels altogether. They don't see it. They don't see the vision. That's fine. I don't get upset when someone else wants me to build a house other than me. I'm like, okay, no problem, because someone else out there wants me to build them their house. Mm-hmm. It's no different than coaching. It's all business related. So if you can kind of get over the emotional part of it, it will be easier. And I know that's tough to say because we're all emotional creatures, right? We all get happy when someone finally goes, yes, I'm ready to make that step, and we all get upset and depressed when someone's like, no, I'm done. I'm finished. So it's trying to stay on that even keel and just doing what you do. Do what you do and do your best. So because we all feel that way. You're not alone. That's what happens in this business too. You feel like, oh, I'm the only one this is happening to. It's happening to a lot of people. But you only see, we remember and gravitate toward all the successes. Like if I went on every time and just talked about all my failures, half my feeds would be about failures and the other half would be about successes. But, I don't really focus on the failures. I don't focus on the times that, oh, I missed my workout today. I focus on the stuff that I did positive to promote that, right? So just remember that we're all fighting the same battle. It's a tough road to hold, but it's worth it. So and then you got to remind yourself that. So you got to keep. That's why these are so important with goals, because I know a long time ago, actually when I was in high school, I remember thinking about the people. When we're talking about the hurdlers, the guys that run the hurdles, well, they're not focused on those hurdles. They're focused on the finish line. The hurdles are just temporary till they get to the finish line. Mm-hmm. So, but if you focus on the hurdles, you'll never get to the finish line. You'll never win. So that's my speech for today. Hope everybody.
Dude, the house analogy is good because there are certain steps, and they're definable steps along the way that that we can check off, we can cross off. Like, yep, all right, foundation is there. All right, cool. Now I can move on to that next step. So, and Tara, did you? I don't know the hand raise and the hand lower type thing, but I see that you raised your hand.
I raised my hand. Thank you. I didn't know what else to do. But okay, so is there anywhere posted or is it concrete, set in stone, like what each diamond level means in terms of income? Because like when I look at that critical path paper, and I think about goals, like I don't know what a 1-star diamond means in terms of income or a 5-star or an elite. So I think in terms of like a dollar amount, because I mean, of course our main goal is to help people and we're people centered, but from the business side, I'm thinking dollars. I don't know what the diamonds are. Like I've never seen anything that says what you make at this level, what you make. Like when you said, I think you said the elite coaches, they're recruiting like 25 coaches a month. That's helpful because that's something like I think in details. So is there any information out there about that?
There is. If you go like in the FAQ, it'll talk about, what the max 1-star diamond can earn, the max team bonus at a 2-star. I think the max that a 1-star is, and Kathleen, you might be able to help, is like 1,500 or 2,000.
We can team volume max out. I think it's either 1,000 or 2,000 actually. Well, 1-star I think is 2,000.
Yeah.
One of them, because I know that's I've gotten over $1,000 in team volume before, and I haven't maxed out. So
right.
It's got to be higher than that.
Yeah. So Tara, what you would want to do then is figure out how volume, if income. So that's where we were. We were, there's two ways of building. You can go I want to go for recognition or I want to go for income and long-term income. And we built on income. So we were focused on the volume. So you want to say, $1,000, and obviously we're going to have to be a diamond, okay, to be able to get the 1,000, because emerald, you're capped out at $250. No matter if you have a billion volume going through your business, you're only going to get $250 at emerald. Ruby, I don't remember, but diamond, I believe, is 1,000. All right, so, and to get that, we have that breakdown of the 200 to 100, correct? And then the diamond cycles, $18 for every cycle. So 1,000. You can go, all right, $1,000 divided by 18 is X amount of bonus cycles, right? So to get that, I don't know if anybody wants to do the math. Now
I think you need 56. I just, for some reason, that sticks in my head, but I'm not positive. But 55 or 56.
Yeah, that sounds about right. 50 times 10.
Yep, 56.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So 56 bonus cycles. All right. So I know I need, in order to have that, that you're going to have, the volume on your strong leg to be, at least, what is it, 10,000 range then, Kathleen?
Yeah, well, 56 times 2, so it would be what, 112?
There we go.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Well, so 112 times 100, yeah, so you'd have to double that, Does that make sense?
Okay. So Tara, we're probably losing you there at first. Okay. But we're going to bring you back. All right. We're going to bring you back. It's all on the volume. Okay. So, and as a business, as a business, businesses are, started to make money, correct? We're starting a business to earn an income, to earn revenue. All right. This business, is great because we get to, help people. All the businesses out there, if it's a car wash, they're helping people. If it's a plumber, they're helping people. If it's a builder, they're helping people, right? So your business is helping people. We're in the health and fitness, so we're helping people, in a different way, but we're still helping people.
Lindsay, you're not dressed. You need to go in the other room.
Sorry.
Saying there, we're needing to help more people to bring more business and more volume into our business. But if income is where you're wanting to be, look at, and I can get you, I don't have them at the top of my head, but I can get you those numbers about how much volume you need on each leg to get to $1,000 a week. I can show you to get to that $250 a week, and then the volume then correlates to, again, if I have the volume to be making $1,000 a week, but I'm only an emerald, I know I'm only going to make $250. Well, now I know that I can make $750 more dollars if I build to a diamond business. Well, darn right, I'm going to be finding people who are wanting to build this business because, it's going to turn into more income for my business right away, right?
Thank you.
So we'll, and feel free to message me, and then we can kind of break down volume goals, and if anybody else has those volume goals, we'll break it down and I can show you exactly what those are. Lindsay's talked about it many times, but if we're looking at building income, on the volume, that's what those numbers are going to tell us. And that's going to be much more concrete for you as well, Tara. It's like, all right, I know I need to get to X amount of team volume over here to get to my $500 a week or $1,000 a week. Here's where my team volume is right now. Well, we can break that down by quarters, right? Increase team volume by 500, increase team volume by 500, increase team volume by 500. And then that correlates to adding, 20 new coaches, in my organization, not just you, but your team as well, because we're team volume. So, you're adding coaches, but you're also helping these coaches underneath bring coaches in, because that's going to help increase that volume for you as well. Make sense?
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, definitely. All right, so we're at the 1 hour mark, and I don't want to take up much more of your all night. So I'm hoping this kind of helps out, with at least giving a more visual kind of, where I'm at, where I want to go now. Okay, what are these steps? And here, the steps, feel free to message me, if your coach said, hey, you got to get on and get this critical path, and we're going to do this for goal setting, contact your coach, or if you're going to take this to your coaches, keep in contact so that we can break those steps down and put some tangible things in there, for your business and your if it's a weight loss one as well, I want to lose 50 pounds this year. Well, we got those numbers, we can break that down into the increments as well. So, put that on there. I want to spend more time with my family. What does that look like on both ends? And then what are those steps that it takes to get there? Whatever it may be, this is, we're wanting to improve the value of our life. We're wanting to, be able to enjoy this, and if getting over to here is going to help me enjoy my life that much more, we know we need to do these things to become, that person, right? We're what is it? We're human beings, not human doings. It's like we need to be and become this person. We're not just gonna, constantly all of a sudden just fall into this person, and we're gonna be a 10-star elite coach. We have to do certain things to become that. So that's the steps are important, and I think the more we kind of focus in on what those steps are, I think it's going to, just naturally happen for us. So thanks for all jumping on tonight and joining in and sharing, those who shared, and just listening and taking what you heard tonight and applying it to your own life. I think that is, that's what's awesome to me. This business is great. It brings in a lot of cool things, but seeing someone become who they want to become, and that's where the joy comes for me. Whether it's the weight loss side or the business side. So thanks for jumping on and being a part of part of your own lives and a part of what we do as coaches. So love you guys, and message. I'm here to chat with you. All right.
Thanks, Tone. I'll see you guys later.
All righty.
See you, buddy.
Get the Super Saturday, everyone. That better be on your step. Every function.
I'll be in Toronto, Super Saturday with Siggy. I'll see you. I'll send you a picture.
All right, cool. We're gonna be in New Orleans, heading out there tomorrow. So hopefully, if anybody's gonna be in New Orleans, anybody? All right. Well, get out to one. All right.